Okay, so this is my 05 DRZ400 SM I'm doing a review on today. I wasn't going to do a review on it originally because I didn't think that it was going to be much different than the 2023 model that I rode, which is Logan's. Yeah, so over time I realized that it is a lot different. It feels a lot different. The setup is completely different. It almost feels like a different bike entirely compared to the 2023 model. That's like stock, of course. But I wanted to do a review on it. And before anything else, I wanted to make sure that I remembered to do an exhaust review. Because we got the Yoshi on the other side, of course. I just cruise around and go down back roads and stuff like that. I think this bike is really neat, which Colton said when I got it from him. We do like this front piece more. If I knew where to find it, I would put it in the description. I might actually go and look it up, see, so I'm not like, because I know some people would totally like that. But we got that little light bar right there, that 7-inch light bar. This is neat. This works really well at night. Okay, at night it's just kind of like it's just kind of like stock headlights on any other motorcycle. They're not great, but you also don't have high beams too. So we have an aftermarket carb system on it. We got these frame sliders over here. I ended up buying some new fairings and they were not good. They were good, but they were like they were lighter. It was like a lighter gray instead of a black. So I ended up not putting them on. Ended up selling them off. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff done to it. We got an aftermarket seat on it. We got the Trail Tech. We got a Yoshi system, and we have an aftermarket taillight deal that one of the previous owners did. And we got a Trail Tech Speedo, which is really neat. Aftermarket cover over here on the other side. Have a secondary rear brake lever on the front. This is for stunting, of course. I mean, in the stunt deal, but to me, I like it all. If I were to be stunting it, I would use all of it, but I don't stunt. I just like cruising on the back roads and stuff. So, but yeah, it's a good bike. Right now, the way they have it set up, they had it set up with the sprocket ratio and everything. I mean, this thing probably only hits about 80, 85 max on the highway. It's pretty smooth. It's really smooth, actually. Yeah, it's got a really nice tone to it. The Yoshi does, and then my pal Logan was talking about the slide on the carburetor. It almost makes it sound kind of like a friggin' turbo whining, which is really neat, but not at the same time. I mean, it is neat, but it doesn't sound like it at the same time. This thing only has about 6,200 miles on it now. Really clean bike, really fun. Does need some new fairings, but other than that, I mean, basic maintenance, of course. But I really enjoyed riding it. I've got a bunch of videos of me taking it down to back roads if you guys want to hear the exhaust and stuff like that in action. The Versys and everything like that, everything is just right here. And if you want to go through and you need help with or locating anything like that, the 2023 DRZ video really helps. Everything is the same place. This Enjoy seat these are a little rough on you. Like, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. Like, I usually wear my full suit when I'm riding, and these are pretty rough. I want to show this because this is pretty neat. Well, hold on, I gotta move it because it doesn't turn on with the key. Okay, so this Trail Tech Speedo has your temperature for the bike. Never mind. This Trail Tech Speedo has the temperature for outside. It has an RPM display, and then also your miles, and then a timer. The timer, I do not know what it does. It keeps resetting, so I don't know if it just goes around in circles or what. I have no clue. But yeah, this bike is like start up and go. It's really easy to just take off on. And I don't have any complaints. I think this bike, okay, so one thing, and it's just all enduro style bikes and stuff like, and supermotos, the gas tank, the miles that you get out of it is not much. You have to fill up pretty frequently, so you can't take it on long trips. They make aftermarket service gas tanks and stuff for this. It just kind of depends on what you're going to be using the bike for, but other than that, it's not bad. I mean, I had the same issues with my both of my CRFs, and I had a 2014 CRF 250L we did a Supermoto conversion to, and it kind of feels like this in a way. It really does. It just doesn't have that get up and go like this does, but I liked the CRF and how they had it. It was really simple. There wasn't as many parts as this, so I like it a little bit. I like its simplicity for bikes, but at the same time, this is a really good bike. And I mean, for a DRZ, it really, putting on the front piece really does change the look of it. It almost doesn't even look like a DRZ. I still have the old headlight, but it's pretty neat. The tires feel good. We got some Dunlops on there, and then we got the Elite Shorty clutch lever, and aftermarket little front brake lever. It looks like it got bent, or they made it like that because it was too big, but probably got bent. Well, I don't know. Maybe, probably got bent. But, so yep, good bike. This is probably going to be a little bit of a quick review because I already did the review on a 2023 model. And I mean, this feels good in the turns now. I aired up the back tire. First and second gear are pretty powerful, but after that, every single gear is actually still really powerful because it's carbureted. It's pretty twitchy. I really like that. I think it's really nice. Really easy bikes to work on, really are. And the Yoshi system is beautiful. I was trying not making this too quick or too long of a review because there's no sense in it. There's not really too much to talk about the bike. The bike is amazing. Not a lot of cons. The cons are not really any different than any other con, or any con in the 2023 video I put. I don't even think I put any, to be honest, other than, oh, there's no fuel gauge. But that's okay. You just switch it to reserve and you get about 30 miles or whatever out of it. So it's all right. Also, it gives a better feel. If you're looking at the CRF 450L or the CRF 250L, the way that this is designed, it gives it a lot better feel for this, or it doesn't give it a lot better feel. They're more comfy for the street, but this gives it more of a dirt bike feel for the road, which is really good. I like that because it changes your, it gives a different vibe to it. You know what I mean? It's really clean. When you get on it, it feels, it's pretty tall, and it feels like you're on a dirt bike. But the CRF 250L, it doesn't. It feels like you're almost on a higher sport bike, or like a naked sport bike. Kind of not, I wouldn't even compare it to the MT-07. I would compare it more to like the FZ6R and stuff like that, or the CB500F. That's what it feels like. So this one feels more like a dirt bike. It feels like you literally just tossed, I mean, I said it on the 2023 video, you just tossed Supermoto wheels on it and took it to the street. That's exactly what it feels like, which is really neat. This is what, if you want a dirt bike for the street and you're trying to choose between a DRZ and a CRF, the CRF 450 might be okay, but the DRZ400 definitely fits that spot right there. So here we're going to do an exhaust review real quick. You see the RPM display right there. Pretty neat. Yes, it looks like the DB is out. So no complaints about the bike other than the seat, but that was nothing. I mean, that's just, I rode the 2023 yesterday and the seat's a lot better on there. So it's just this stunting seat that they got. Other than that, this bike is great. On the scale from 1 to 10 for me, I'm gonna give it a solid 9. There's not a lot of room for error starting out on one of these, just because of how much power it puts out immediately. But if you're confident and you've rode off-roading, or you've rode dirt before and stuff like that, and you need a different bike, or you're wanting a different bike for the streets, and you're looking at one of these, that is not actually a bad idea. If you're just getting into it, I would probably start on a 250 or 300 for now, and then upgrade. But at the same time, if you are confident enough in everything and you want to, and you're 100% set on this bike, get it. It's a good bike. Asked me about the Trail Tech. Is the Trail Tech plug and play? I do not know. I'm sorry, I do not know. Is the light bar plug and play? Yes, it actually is pretty simple. You probably would rather do something different than what I did, or whatever, whoever did. Actually, I can't even find it. Oh, I know where it's at. Okay, you guys can't see it down there, but actually I can pull it out. No, I can't. Yeah, it just plugs into the stock piece. Just two wires. They plug right down in there. So yeah, and then when you turn the bike on or whatever, you can, the high and low beam turns it on and off the headlight, or the light bar. So that's not, I mean, there's no high beam, but it still is pretty bright. I have it angled down a little bit so it doesn't like body, but yeah, those are the only two things that I can say that are too bad. Here's one more thing as well. This tailpiece does need, I think it needs to be cut to shape for this stunt bar, but other than that, it mounts up onto the frame. There is no more like welding or anything that you need to do. So yeah, this is pretty straightforward too, except for you have to cut this back piece a little bit. But here you go. I'm gonna do a really quick pull so you guys can see what it feels like and sounds like and everything. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video, guys.